Welcome back to Stoic Wisdom TV. How many times have you heard a woman say, "He's just a friend"? How many times have men brushed it off, only to find out later that just a friend wasn't so innocent after all? Here's the hard truth that most men don't want to admit. Women don't always tell the whole story, not necessarily out of malice, but sometimes because they don't even fully acknowledge what's happening themselves. Attraction, whether emotional or physical, can develop subtly, creeping in unnoticed. A woman might genuinely believe she sees a man as nothing more than a friend, but under the surface, something deeper may be at play. The real danger isn't just about whether she likes him, or note it's about whether she's prioritizing him in ways that undermine your relationship. And if you're not paying attention, you might find yourself trapped in a situation where you're being strung along, manipulated, or worse, wasting precious time on a woman who doesn't truly respect or value you. The modern dating landscape is full of blurred lines. Social media, constant texting, and casual meetups have made it easier than ever for friendships to evolve into something more often without clear acknowledgement from either party. Women, in particular, are experts at compartmentalizing emotions, sometimes convincing themselves that their deep connection with another man is just friendly, while failing to recognize that their actions suggest otherwise. But as men, we don't have the luxury of ignorance. If you value yourself, your time, and your emotional well-being, you need to develop the ability to see through words and focus on actions. Because while people can control what they say, their true intentions always manifest in what they do. In this article, we're going to break down the 7 warning signs that her so-called friend may actually be a threat to your relationship. These are the red flags that too many men overlook, either because they're in denial, or because they've been conditioned to suppress their instincts and trust even when the evidence says otherwise. If she says one thing, but her behavior or tells a different story, you owe it to yourself to see reality for what it is. Because the truth is simple: a woman who genuinely respects and values her relationship will not allow another man to occupy the kind of space in her life that makes you feel like an outsider. So before you dismiss that gut feeling, one telling you something isn't quite right, pay attention. Look beyond her words. Watch her actions. Because if you don't, you might wake up one day realizing that you were the one who was just a friend all along. Body language never lies. While words can be carefully chosen to conceal the truth, the body unconsciously reveals emotions, especially attraction. If a woman insists that a man is just a friend, yet her actions tell a different story, her body language might be exposing the truth she won't admit. Pay close attention to how she reacts when his name comes up. Does she smile a little too much? Do her eyes light up in a way that feels different? Or does her voice carry a warmth that isn't there when she talks about other male friends? Attraction isn't just verbal, it's energetic. Even more revealing is how she behaves around him. If she unconsciously leans in when they talk, playfully touches him, or mirrors his body language, these are subconscious indicators of attraction. Psychological studies show that people instinctively mimic the movements of those they feel connected to. If he scratches his chin and she does the same moments later, or if he leans in and she follows, this isn't coincidence, it's a silent confession. However, one of the biggest giveaways is her reaction when you bring him up. A woman with nothing to hide will answer calmly, without hesitation. But if she becomes defensive, gets visibly uncomfortable, or over-explains their friendship, these are classic red flags. If she truly saw him as just a friend, why would she feel the need to justify it? In the end, emotions don't always follow logic, and sometimes even she may not fully recognize her own attraction. But while words can be manipulated, body language cannot. If her actions and words don't align, trust what you see. Because in relationships, ignoring the truth doesn't make it disappear. When a woman truly sees a man as just a friend, her attitude toward him is lighthearted, casual, and without emotional tension. There's no need for strong defenses, no deep attachment, just a normal, relaxed dynamic. However, if she protects him like he's something more, almost as if her well-being depends on it, you need to pay attention. A woman who has nothing to hide won't overreact when you mention another man. She won't get defensive, flustered, or feel the need to over-explain. But if she immediately starts justifying their relationship with phrases like, "He's like a brother to me," or "You don't understand, he's always been there for me," then there's more to the story. Emotional investment reveals itself in subtle ways. If she reacts too strongly, stumbling over her words or piling on unnecessary details, she may be trying to convince herself just as much as she's trying to convince you. Even more concerning is when she shifts the blame onto you, instead of addressing the concern directly. If, the moment you express discomfort, she flips the narrative and makes you the problem, accusing you of jealousy, insecurity, or a lack of trust, is not have an open conversation. She's deflecting. This tactic is often used to shut down discussions before they get too close to the truth. A woman who values honesty and respects your feelings won't dismiss your concerns with manipulative statements like, "You're just being paranoid," or "Why don't you trust me?" Instead, she'll make sure you feel secure in the relationship. The ultimate test: ask her a simple question. If he got a girlfriend tomorrow and started pulling away from you, would you be okay with that? Watch her reaction. If she hesitates, looks uncomfortable, or tries to change the subject, that speaks volumes. A woman who truly sees a man as just a friend wouldn't care if he moved on, wouldn't feel a sense of loss if he stopped prioritizing her. But if the thought of losing his attention unsettles her, it's because whether she admits it or not holds a place in her heart that goes beyond friendship. In the end, actions reveal what words try to hide. If she's too emotionally invested in another man, you need to ask yourself whether she's truly invested in you. People naturally talk about what's on their minds. The things we can't stop thinking about always find their way into our conversations, sometimes even without us realizing it. So if a certain man's name keeps coming up, especially when he's not even relevant to the topic, that's a red flag. A woman who truly sees a man as just a friend won't feel the need to constantly reference him, especially in moments that should be about you and her. But if she can't go too long without mentioning him, you have to ask yourself, why is he occupying so much space in her thoughts? Pay attention to how she brings him up. Does she mention him in deep, meaningful conversations, as if he's a key figure in her emotional world? Does she use him as an example when discussing relationships? He does this for his girlfriend. Isn't that sweet? Or he always knows how to handle situations like these. Does she talk about their shared memories with an unusual sense of nostalgia, as if those moments mean more to her than she's letting on? The most obvious warning sign: if she starts comparing you to him. Statements like, "He always remembers little things about me," or "I wish you would do things the way he does," are clear indicators that she's emotionally invested in him in a way that goes beyond friendship. Words can be deceiving, but patterns don't lie. If his name keeps slipping into conversations, even when it's unnecessary, it means he's lingering in her mind. And if he's always on her mind, where does that leave you? A relationship should be built on mutual focus and emotional investment, not divided attention. If you notice these signs, don't ignore them. Face the reality before you find yourself playing a role in a story where you were never meant to be the main character. A woman will always make time for what truly matters to her. If she constantly prioritizes another man over you, that's not just a minor concern, it's a serious issue. In a healthy relationship, you should be her go-to person, the one she turns to for emotional support, companionship, and meaningful moments. But if she seems to be investing more energy, attention, and emotions into someone else, you have to ask yourself, where do you really stand in her heart? Pay close attention to her actions. If she's texting him even when she's supposed to be spending quality time with you, it means he's occupying a space in her mind that should be reserved for you. If she cancels or reschedules plans with you just to meet up with him, that's a clear sign that he holds a level of priority that you don't. If she confides in him when she's upset, instead of seeking comfort from you, it suggests an emotional bond that could be stronger than what she shares with you. And perhaps the biggest red flag of a if she says something like, "I don't know what I would do without him," it means he plays a crucial role in her life, one that might even overshadow your presence. Emotional investment speaks louder than words. A woman may claim that he's just a friend, but if she consistently places him before you, that's not friendship, it's attachment. And if her attachment to him is growing while her connection with you weakens, you're in a losing game. The reality is, a woman who truly values and respects you will make you feel like a priority, not an afterthought. If you find yourself constantly competing for her attention with another man, it's time to step back and evaluate whether you're truly in a relationship or just filling in the gaps while her heart belongs elsewhere. When you confront her about her relationship with another man, her reaction speaks volumes. A person with nothing to hide has no reason to be defensive. If she is truly innocent, she will respond with calmness, reassurance, and a willingness to communicate. But if she immediately becomes angry, dismissive, or turns the situation against you, it's time to take a step back and analyze what's really going on. A negative reaction to an honest conversation is a red flag. If she avoids discussing the topic, it's not because she doesn't want to argue, it's because she doesn't want to be held accountable. If she explodes with anger, turns the conversation into an unnecessary fight, or accuses you of being controlling or paranoid, she's trying to shift the focus away from the real issue. And if she refuses to set boundaries with him, even when you express discomfort, she's making it clear that his presence in her life is non-negotiable. Regardless of how it affects your relationship, people protect what they value. If she goes to great lengths to defend her connection with him while dismissing your concerns, it's not just a simple friendship, it's an attachment that likely crosses the line. A woman who respects you will acknowledge your feelings, communicate openly, and make adjustments to strengthen your relationship. But if her first instinct is to shut you down, make you feel guilty, or manipulate the situation to make you the bad guy, she's not just avoiding the conversation, she's protecting something she doesn't want you to see. And that, in itself, is the answer you've been looking for. A woman who truly loves and respects you will never leave you questioning your place in her heart. In a healthy relationship, there's no room for uncertainty, no need for constant reassurance, and no lingering doubt about where you stand. Love, at its core, is clarity. It does not coexist with confusion. If you find yourself noticing the signs we've discussed, do not ignore them. Red flags are not meant to be excused, rationalized, or brushed aside in the hope that things will get better. They exist to protect you from wasting your time, energy, and emotional investment on someone who does not truly value you. The moment you have to fight for a place in her life is the moment you should ask yourself whether it's even worth it. A man who understands his worth does not beg for love. He does not tolerate disrespect, nor does he accept being treated as an option. You are not a backup plan. You are not someone she keeps around while she nurtures an emotional connection elsewhere. You are either her priority or you are not. And if she cannot choose you completely, then the choice becomes yours to walk away with your dignity intact. There is power in walking away. There is strength in knowing when to stop investing in someone who does not see your value. You deserve a partner who is fully present, who respects your boundaries, and who would never let you feel like you are competing for her affection. So, make the decision that aligns with your self-respect. Either she commits to you fully, or you remove yourself from a situation that does not serve you. Because at the end of the day, a man who knows his worth will never stay where he is not truly valued. If this message resonates with you, please like, share, and subscribe for more content that will help you create the life you truly deserve. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.